Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey and here on my channel we talk about personal growth, lifestyle, and personal finance. Today we're going to be talking about my top favorite makeup products. So if you're interested in that, just keep watching. So first we're going to do primers. So I have two primers. They're both by Rimmel London and they are the Lasting Finish Primer and the Stay Matte Primer. So I have oily skin, so a lot of my products are kind of like for mattifying or just like with that idea in mind. So sometimes I mix the two of these, sometimes I just wear them on their own. Oddly, I actually like the Lasting Finish better than I like the Stay Matte, but I kind of use them interchangeably, and whatever one I have, I just use that one. So moving into foundation, so my favorite foundation of all time is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. So this is in the color 515, and I've used this for coming up on probably 3 years now. Literally right after it came out, I got it within like the first month, and I've been hooked on it ever since. I love it. I love that it like is a natural finish, but it also doesn't like accentuate my oils, which I love. It's medium to full coverage. It's lightweight. You literally can't feel it on your face. It's relatively cheap. It's around $10 or $15 from the drugstore, which I think is a relatively good price. So that's my first foundation. So my second foundation is actually not a foundation at all. It's the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. So I use this as a like when I'm not really wearing much makeup that day and I just kind of want to spot conceal, or just like have a light wash of makeup but not put on a full face of foundation, I'll put this on. So I have the shade Deep Cinnamon, and this is the regular one, not the hydrating one. I would love to try the hydrating one. I just have oily skin, so like off the bat, that doesn't like, hydrating is not a term that I a lot of times look for in products, just because that normally means it's not gonna control oil that well. But I've heard a lot of good things, so maybe I'll try that in the future. So my favorite under eye concealer is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in Medium Deep Tan, and this is what I use under my eyes. I've used it for about 2 years, kind of as long as I've used the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and I like this. It's medium coverage, it's pretty cheap. I'm not like super into like things being expensive just to be expensive. Like if there's something good that's cheap, I'm all for that. So most of my products are drugstore, just because the drugstore's really improved itself, and they've got a lot of good stuff. So why not spend my money there rather than spending 2 to 3 to 4 times more money on something that might or might not be as good. So yeah, I just tend to wear drugstore makeup just because it's easy, it's cheaper, and I like it. So yeah, love this concealer. Really not much to say about it. I do love though that it's not full coverage. It's definitely medium coverage, and I really like that because I can still use this on days when I'm not wearing foundation and it's not like, you know, super noticeable that you have under eye concealer. So yeah, really like this. So next we're gonna move into powders. So my first favorite powder is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So this is just in the translucent color. As you can see, I've hit pan pretty significantly. I really like it. I tend to use this powder though to set my primer. So if you're a Jackie Aina fan, she kind of like popularized the technique of setting your primer before you put foundation on, and I love that because I have oily skin. It just kind of adds another layer of a barrier for oil control. So that's what I use this for, as my powder to set my primer or to set my face if I'm not wearing a full face of makeup, if I'm just doing like concealer. So my second favorite powder is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Banana Powder, and this is a pretty big container, so that's another reason why I really like it. And I use this to set my under eye concealer. So I use a beauty sponge and just like pat this under my eyes after I've done my under eye concealer, and really like it. It's not like super full coverage in the sense that like once you rub it off you have like super yellow under eyes. Like it's what I'm wearing right now, so you can kind of tell what it does with the Wet n Wild concealer, like the combination. So really like this, really cheap. I really recommend it. And then my all over face powder, I use the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder in deep, so 35 deep. And I use this to set the rest of my face. So what I normally do is I use the banana powder to set under my eyes, and then I use this powder to set the rest of my face. So I use a beauty sponge for both. I just use one side for the under eye, then I flip it over, use the other side and kind of like pat in the rest of my foundation, and then once it sits for a couple minutes, I'll just wipe it off with a brush. So that combination of all those products has really helped me to control my oils, and it's kind of like my go-to and like ride or die for how I manage my oil and oily skin. So I love those all together. So moving into face products. So my favorite bronzer is the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Bronzer, and this is in 120 Ebony. So this actually used to be like the CoverGirl Queen Collection bronzer with Queen Latifah, and then I guess when they did their rebrand, they like cut her out and just made it a part of their original line. But I actually don't think you can get this anymore, which is a shame because it's like the only bronzer that I found in the drugstore that's dark enough to show up on me. So yeah, I guess I'll have to find another one once I'm out of this. But the one thing I do like about this bronzer is it's not completely matte. So it does have a little bit of shimmer. I'll see if you can see. It does have like a little bit of shimmer. So I do like that. And yeah, I just like how since I don't really like to contour, I truly use this as a bronzer, just like bronze up my face. I like that it has a little bit of shimmer. It just, you know, adds a nice touch. And I'm not a huge fan of highlights, so I feel like it kind of like hits two birds with one stone, but without being like super OD on the glitter slash shimmer part of things. So next we're gonna move into eye products. So the first thing is an eyeshadow palette, and it is the Urban Decay Born to Run eyeshadow palette. So I'll open it so you can see what it looks like on the inside. But here's what it looks like. I absolutely love this. To me, it's like my go-to palette, and like honestly, it's one of the only palettes that I have just because it literally covers everything that I would ever need in an eyeshadow. But yeah, I love this palette. I think it's great for the price. It's probably around like $30 to $40. I bought it like over a year ago, so I'm not exactly sure how much it costs, but it's not like too over the top. And for an eyeshadow palette, I think that spending a little bit more money is okay just because they last a really long time, and you get a good amount for what you pay for. So this is my favorite eyeshadow palette. So my favorite eyeliner is the Essence Long Lasting Gel like pencil liner, and I really like this product because I prefer pencil liners over like liquid eyeliners just because one, it's easier, and two, it kind of gives the effect that I like. I personally like to put this on my top lash line, kind of flick it out for a small wing, and then smudge it so that it kind of just like adds a low-key smoky vibe. I feel like it's just like the easiest way to add some like definition and pop to your eyes without doing a whole bunch and using a whole bunch of products. So I tend to just use this. I did it today on my eyes so you can kind of see how they're lined, but they, you know, didn't take me long. It took me like 4 minutes. Have no eyeshadow on, but I feel like it still helps my eyes to pop. So really like this eyeliner. So next we're gonna move into brow products, and I have two products that I use on a regular basis, and those are the Glossier Brow Flick in the color brown and the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the color deep brown. So I use these together like on a daily basis. Like if I do nothing else makeup wise, I definitely do my brows. So the way that I use these is I use the Brow Flick for the outside of my brow to kind of get the point and the just like the shape of the outer edge. I don't have like super full brows naturally, so I use this to kind of mimic brow hairs and to like add the shape that I want. And then I go in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I make sure that I like wipe off all the excess because I tend to only use this like right in this front area, so I don't want it to be like super box browy. So like I try to, you know, make it gradual, and then I just like gently do the outside, but mostly I keep this in the front half of my eyebrow and then use this for the outer edge of my eyebrow. So yeah, these are great. This is like one of the best combinations that I've ever used for brows, and it's super easy as well. And then lastly for eyes, we have mascara. So this is actually a new mascara find, but I've been loving it ever since I found it. And it is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, and this is in Black is Black, I think. Yep, I only get Black is Black just because I prefer really dark mascara. But this is like literally amazing. I like it because to me it gives a good mixture of lengthening and volumizing. So I was using another Maybelline mascara before this one, and I really liked it, but it tended to err more on the side of volumizing than lengthening, and I like you know, somewhere in the middle where it does make my lashes longer, but it kind of fills them out a little bit too. I just really like it because I feel like it really helps to finish off my eye look, and I'm not a huge fan of false eyelashes just because, one, I wear glasses, so like they would hit my frames and stuff all the time, and then it just takes too long. To me, it's like more work than it's worth, at least on like a daily basis. For like a special occasion, maybe, but on a daily basis, I just like using regular mascara, doing a couple coats, and this is my favorite one. So now we're gonna move into lip products. So I have 3 products, and 2 of them are actually the lip combination that I have on my lips right now. So that is the NYX lip pencil in the color Espresso. So that's what I lined my lips with. And then the gloss that I'm using is the MAC lip gloss. It's actually like completely rubbed off, all the words, in the color Spice. So I love these. I'm a gloss girl, so I prefer glosses like over liquid lipsticks, over regular lipsticks. I just like a little shine. So this is like my go-to lip combination. I just feel like it matches my skin tone nicely, gives me some gloss, so it has some color. So yeah, this is my favorite lip combination. And then if I just need, you know, a little something to like boost my, you know, lips when I'm walking out of the door, I will use just a clear gloss. This is the Essence clear gloss, but like literally any clear gloss does the same exact thing, so like I'm not picky, but this is the one I'm using right now. I like it. I will say that this gloss is kind of sticky. I personally like sticky glosses. I just feel like that means that they're gonna stay on for a long amount of time. To me, when a gloss isn't sticky, it like vanishes. Like it's on your lips and then like 2 hours later you're like, do I even have anything? Nope, it's gone. So to me, stickiness is a good thing. So yeah, these are my 3 favorite lip products. And then lastly, we're gonna just talk about a few other like miscellaneous things. So the first thing is my makeup sponge, or like beauty sponge. And I use the Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is a new one, just because the one I currently use is a little dirty. I love this sponge. I've been using it since high school, so like 6-7 years, and still love it. I buy a new one every so often just because, you know, you put it on your face, it gets bacteria, it gets disgusting. I do wash it also like pretty regularly, like every week or every other week, but every so often it's good to just like chuck one in the bin and just like get another one. So I like this little like plastic case that this one comes in, just because it sits in my bathroom, and you know, bathrooms, a lot of not so great things happen there, and I just feel more comfortable knowing that my beauty sponge that I like push into my face and like push things on my face isn't like soaking up all of the particles and like things that are just in the air in my bathroom. So I love this combination. So there we have it, all my favorite makeup products that I use on a daily to weekly basis. Let me know down in the comments below if you use any of these products, and if you have any other recommendations for makeup. I do love makeup, so I commonly get new things and try new things out. So let me know if you have any other products that you think would be good for me to try. Before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!